Okay, so Our America with Lisa Ling, Generation XXL. Just watched it and it is disturbing, to say the least. So I'm just going to read off some of the thoughts that came to my mind. First of all, about Jalen and the 4-year-old who's weighed over 100 pounds at 4 years old. While Jalen's mother, Stacy, is giving in to his pleading for food, she is also allowing him to eat foods that he should not be eating. He has no business carrying around a Tic Tac container at 4 years old. Can you imagine? Let alone eating even one Tic Tac. Why is a kid eating a Tic Tac? Tic Tacs are not snacks for a child. Jalen should not be constantly eating either. I'm sure that him carrying around that Tic Tac container is indicative of other things that he carries around to snack on throughout the day. And kids do not need to be snacking constantly, especially on foods that's not even a food, a Tic Tac. The other issue is that Stacy is overweight and possibly obese, which indicates that obviously she's having a hard time either eating healthy or being physically active. But really the bottom line is that Stacy cannot give in to his pleading no matter what, and what he has to and that he has to eat healthier and obviously be physically active. A 4-year-old active kid, he has lots of personality, lots of spunk and energy. You could see it. You could see at the end there too, at the end of the episode, when they were eating a healthy meal, right? The turkey wrap, I believe, with fruit, and he started whining and whimpering because he wanted another wrap. She obviously cannot give into that stuff, but you could see he was so accustomed to getting whatever he wants that he would kind of whine, and then he'd look up at her and see if she was reacting the way he wanted, and then she wasn't, so he'd look back down and he tried again. It was sort of a half-hearted, pathetic attempt, but it's been working, so you could see that it was possibly going to work again. But she just cannot fall prey to that stuff because he is headed for disaster, for diabetes. Okay, the other young girl, Briana, 12 years old and 347 pounds at the time of the show was shot. By the way, I'm sure the cameras following her around school really helped boost her self-esteem. Hey, Brianna, why are those cameras following you around school? Because I'm obese. That's helpful. Thanks, Lisa Ling. Also, did you see her teacher? She was very, very big. Not helpful. Even Brianna's PE coach was overweight. I mean, come on. God, is anybody there? I mean, these are the people that are trying to be role models, are role models to these kids. But it's cultural. It's which I'm going to get to, right? The whole soul food thing. And oh yeah, about the free lunch that all those kids got consisted of Brianna's free lunch, from what I could tell, consisted of a hot dog, French fries, milk, and a cup of fruit, essentially drenched in sugar water. And there's chocolate milk. Kids were drinking. Of course, they had bought some ice cream and whatnot. But if you have anyone eating a lunch like that 5 days a week is obviously going to gain weight. You can't eat that type of food every single day, or worse, and expect to not gain weight, even as a 12-year-old. It's just crazy to me. Those are the kind of foods that, and this is a problem throughout the country with public schools, getting these crappy foods. Right, Chanel is her mother, and right, they talked about how she cooks soul food, which obviously has tremendous amounts of grease, fat, salt, sugar, mayonnaise, lots and lots of meat, lots of pork, unhealthy, saturated fats. And as Lisa Ling pointed out, the unhealthy recipes Chanel cooks are passed down from her grandparents. So this is embedded in the culture, in the Southern culture, Mississippi Southern culture. And she asked the husband what healthy means to him and in their community, and he said, "You big boned and healthy, cornbread and fed." So not healthy. Uh, and it's obvious, soul food it's a cultural tradition. And I read an article in the New York Times, I don't know, a year or so ago about this whole epidemic of diabetes and lots and lots of Southern black people dying from heart attacks and other diseases that stem from diabetes or being overweight or morbidly obese. But people in the community have to do something about it, right? And they were saying in that article that I believe it was a reverend preacher was trying to do something about it, because every time they eat food, it's all this soul food. And another huge thing that Chanel admitted, she needs help about how to eat healthy. She said, "I need someone to teach me how. I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to shop." She doesn't even know what to buy at the grocery store. And then Lisa went with her, and she proceeds to shop, right, by not buying any fresh vegetables or fruits, kind of looking at her strangely when she said, "Do you ever buy any vegetables?" And then, she buys cabbage, but then she fries the cabbage. And then also allowing Briana to put, I believe it was Frosted Flakes and then cookies into their shopping cart. She needs help. Ling, help her. So, oh right, and then they talk about the pound punchers, right? Hooray for them. They're definitely taking initiative. Other communities should do the same thing. But I gotta say that ab coaster machine was ridiculous. But it's good. It's good that they're doing all the working out. It's working. They're losing weight. It was amazing to hear that eating healthy has not been a priority for the pound punchers. They just recently, that meal that they filmed was one of their first healthy meals. But you know what? If you've been eating fried chicken and pizza and hot dogs and things like that for your whole life, it's very difficult and strange to look at a little falafel sandwich or something like that and fruit and think that that's a meal. But you're going to feel much better. And this is it's such a big issue. It's hard to even start, but specifically the soul food. I mean, that stuff is just killing people. And I just hope that these families, there's just thousands and thousands and millions of families that aren't going to have a chance to be shown on TV, that will not be, asked questions by Lisa Ling. And I hope people that watch this can take something from it, right? Jeez, man, it's crazy. This soul food, these diets, that it just amazes me. But at least some of these people are making inroads. They said that those two kids are doing better. What do you think of the episode?